James has something to tell the others.
Guys, got some bad news.
But what could it be?
The boys struggle against the treacherous waters of the Scorpion Island Ocean. But who will win the Island Challenge?
So the winners, and definitely going back to beach camp tonight, are...
Day 3 of 19 on Scorpion Island, the island with a sting in its tail.
Yet 10 brave adventurers have been marooned on this remote mystery island. Now, over the course of their journey, they must compete in a series of extreme challenges.
The adventurers have 3 weeks to escape the island, but on the way, they face an awesome series of challenges that will test their physical and mental courage to the limit.
Yesterday, Hayley and Aisha were up against Sam and James at the abandoned ship. And it was a race against time. Who could change 3 black Scorpion Island flags for red ones quickest?
Aisha had a problem with heights to begin with.
Take my hand.
And there were a few mistakes along the way.
What's that? I don't know.
But the boys were faster than the girls.
Take the flag.
Showing skill and speed, they came in at a quicker time. So the boys won the challenge.
But there's a big shot coming up in just a few days.
Scorpion Island is splitting our adventurers into 2 teams, and this is being done secretly. That's right, the 2 teams will go against each other head-to-head in a race to escape Scorpion Island first. Yesterday, Barbara had to pick somebody to join her in secret camp, and she chose Hayley as the second member of the new rival team.
She's good at mental things and I'm good at physical, so if we put together mental and physical things, I think that would be actually good.
Aisha went back to beach camp to tell the others she survived, but that Hayley's left the island.
I can't believe another girl has gone. It's not fair.
The other adventurers have no idea where Barbara and Hayley have gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where they've gone. I think it's a slight possibility that they went to into the jungle, where they were probably held captive.
Well, I think Hayley and Barbara are on a boat somewhere out in the middle of the sea, or maybe the next location. That's why I think they are.
So Secret Camp now has 2 members, and over the next 3 days they will acquire 3 more.
And Barbara and Hayley will be spying on today's island challenges to choose who they want to join them.
Now, who will it be? Remember, this is going to be a tough challenge, and it's called Sea Slalom. We found that out yesterday.
The adventurers turned the rings on the island fire cauldron and revealed the name of the island challenge. It was Sea Slalom.
But who would the island pick to play? It's Joe and Kieran.
Alright, guys.
Then Joe and Kieran had to pick who they wanted to take with them.
Kieran felt the pressure.
The pressure is on you. It's not helping. Like this. It's not nice.
Okay, Joe, who are you choosing to take part in the island challenge with you tomorrow?
I'm gonna choose because good swimmer, I'm gonna choose James.
Hey, James, you come and join Joe. Interesting. And Kieran, who are you going to choose?
I'm a bit annoyed now because I was going to choose James.
Oh, he's a popular boy.
But I do have a backup. And it's Sam.
Oh boy challenge tomorrow, okay?
So Sam and James will also be taking a dip in the sea.
And the sea is choppier than it's ever been before, so it's going to be rather interesting. Have a look at what the challenge involves.
Today, our adventurers will be dragged at speed across the treacherous waters of Scorpion Island.
They'll have to collect as many rings as possible as the ocean waves crash over them.
That's coming up a little bit later on, but now let's get on with today's camp challenge.
And it's being played by those not taking part in the Island Challenge. The very confident Oscar,
Determined Helen,
organised Liana,
and team player Aisha, and they're playing for a fantastic party, but if they lose, Secret Camp win it instead.
This is whale of a time, and it most certainly will be. Now what the guys have got to do is get water from the ocean there. They've got to bring it all the way along here, transport it into here, where it will run along a pipe down here into this container here, and what they've got to do is float the cork above this line. But how will they transport the water? Reggie's got the answers. Are you new mates?
Yeah, got a bit bored when fishing. No, they got to do it in a whale sponge suit, of course. Now, guys, you have to wear these babies over here, fill them up with water, and then using a team hug, squeeze out as much water as you can.
Oh, that's a nice game.
Hug the whale.
Well, if I squeeze you, does water come out?
Yeah, I get a bit emotional.
Okay, guys, so why don't you have a little gameplay discussion between yourselves? Come, Reg.
Who's going in his whale suit?
Paper, scissors. There we go.
Actually, one team could go there on top of the cone, and then the other team will tell them where to move, like a square along.
All right, guys, you ready to get these suits on?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, who's first? Come on, in you go.
These are gorgeous.
Arms up, go on, get them through. There we go, sorry about the hair. All right, go on in, line up. Arms up. There you go.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
What are you doing?
Okay, guys, now the island is always ready. Adventurers, are you ready? Ready, 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 ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
These foam whale suits have been designed by a crack team of Swiss scientists, apparently, to be extremely absorbent. Dunking them in water causes them to fill up with literally litres of H2O, which means they become exceptionally heavy. Oh, they're having problems already.
Come on!
Waterlogged whale suits are definitely not easy to manoeuvre, and the teams really need to get a move on. Oscar and Helen are first up, trying to show us how good they are at squeezing water from a whale. The water's coming out, but is any of it going through the pipe and managing to float the float? Oh dear. Can Aisha and Liana do any better?
Come on, guys, you gotta run!
Run, come on!
Come on, you gotta run!
Come on, Aisha, put your knees up.
Yeah, that's it,
That's it.
It's not gone well for them either. Oscar and Helen have filled up. They're on their way back.
Go on, Aisha, do the middle.
Oh, no, over the top.
Go, Frank, there you go.
Aisha and Liana have adopted the slapping the whale and wiggle technique.
Okay, come on, guys, you haven't started to float the cork yet.
All right, next time, guys, try and squeeze each other. Try and go at the same time, all right?
Oscar and Helen are seeing if tipping the whale gets more water out. Aisha and Liana look like they've almost given up, and that water is just too shallow.
Really squeeze it. Come on, guys. Come on, you've got loads to do.
Run!
Run!
We have 10 minutes! Hurry up! We have 10 minutes!
Oh dear, their legs have definitely gone from under them. Look at how differently these two pairs are doing. Oscar and Helen are proving much quicker, and they're going for the deeper water. Looks like Liana and Aisha really are letting the side down.
Aisha, come back!
Yeah! Well, now, you know.
Look at this, Oscar and Helen are already on their way back.
Right, come back! Do it!
Time's running out, and Oscar's got a problem.
Hurry up! Come on,
Come on, quick!
The pants are falling! The pants are falling!
Don't worry!
Loose shorts are no excuse in this game.
Squeeze it together, come on, quickly.
Good squeezing, but they're missing the cone.
That's it, don't squeeze until you're over it.
It's not looking good.
One last big squeeze together. Right, guys, come in together. Group hug over it. Come on, help each other out.
Trying. It's not moving yet.
A lot of water is coming out of those whales, but not enough of it seems to be getting into the cone. The float hasn't even moved. Tonight's Camp Challenge tree could be slipping from their blubbery grasp.
Squeeze the tail, Aisha.
Actually, you've got loads of water in your tail.
Do it,
You've got to try and feel it with your legs. That's it, Liana.
15 seconds to go.
One big squeeze, come on.
Go get some more water. No, it's on the time.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's your time. Oscar, what are you doing?
They've run out of time, and as you can see, the water's nowhere near the mark. These guys have failed, and Secret Camp win it instead.
All right, guys, we've just seen you do the challenge, and to be honest with you, it was pretty bad.
Yep.
And I don't mean that in a cool way. What happened? You two kept on falling over.
So heavy. It was like, woo! And Oscar, you were making me blush. Did your pants nearly fall down?
Yes. My pants are falling. My pants are falling.
Listen, guys, you did a good job, though. So give yourself a pat on the back. Well, you tried. So I guess there's no treat for you guys tonight. So as punishment, you're going to have to swim back to beach camp in those. I feel a bit bad for saying that. But, hey, it's not that cold. Well, sort of. Anyway, coming up very soon is the Big Island Challenge. Now, 4 people are going to take part. But remember, only 3 will return to camp tonight.
Absolutely, this is the big one.
Last night, the island chose Joe and Kieran to face today's big challenge. They picked James and Sam as their partners.
But since then, there's been an interesting development, and James is just about to tell the others some news.
Guys, I've got some bad news. Kieran's come down with some scorpion and flu.
So we have to do the task then?
No, we have to choose another person to do the island challenge.
We need to pick someone strong.
Yeah, strong.
Right, I reckon the strongest person here is Oscar. I reckon, yeah. Oscar. If you all vote Oscar, put your hand up if you vote Oscar.
Everybody except me. Oscar, you've got the chance to go inside, Oscar.
Oh, well, I don't mind.
I'll go into the... If I have to take a dive for the team, I'll take a dive for the team.
So the island challengers say goodbye to the rest of the camp.
This challenge takes place in the deadly waters of Scorpion Island. It's called Sea Slalom.
This is Sea Slalom. Now, each team must take it in turns to ride the powerboat-pulled craft around the bay. 80 rings will be thrown into the bay, and the team must grab as many rings as possible. Bear in mind, we're in the middle of a tropical storm.
Yeah, nothing is predictable here on Scorpion Island, including the weather. Now, the team that manages to grab the most rings will win this challenge.
And remember, one of these 4 will be leaving tonight.
Guys, it's time for a little gameplay discussion. We'll make ourselves scarce.
But you know our teams to go away.
What's wrong?
Ooh, conflict.
No, we have a blind.
Well, on it, so you don't fall in. If your handle slip, you can pull yourself back. Which gameplay is really talk about?
Head if you have to.
Okay, now Sea Slalom is tricky. Not only have they got to hold onto the craft, with the other hand, they've got to try and grab the rings. Plus, it's the choppiest sea I've ever seen in my life.
And what our adventurers don't know is that throughout this game, members of Secret Camp will be watching. So if we're taking part, but later on tonight, one of them will be joining Secret Camp.
All right, guys, gameplay discussion over. It's time to decide who is going to start this challenge. Now, seeing as you're standing closest to me, I'm going to let you guys choose. What you're going to go for, Sting or Claw?
Claw.
Claw it is. It's oh, okay. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go first or second?
First, yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Guys, okay, here's your blindfolds. Make your way over there and put them on. Okay, the island's always ready. Adventurers, are you ready?
Ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
If it's on your side, you get it.
No, I'm going to go to your side and get it. You go wave.
Oh, great.
Even holding on is tough when you're going this fast on water this rough.
That's great. That's yours, that's awesome. Who did that?
It's mine. Yours. Get it. It's mine.
Collecting the rings is clearly much harder than it looks.
It's yours. Oh, no way. No way we're getting that.
They've scored. Each ring is worth 1 point, so with a single grab, they score 2. Not that time. Now that's the first 2 rings for Oscar. That's 3 in a row. Oscar's really on a roll.
Wait.
Things seem to have started well for Oscar and Sam, but the key is they've not only got to collect the rings, they've got to hold on to them. At speeds like this, it's anything but easy. It's around the halfway point. So far, Oscar has collected the vast majority of his team's rings. It's time for Sam to try harder.
I've got to stop. Get it. Get close to it. That's the rope.
He's just letting them slip through his fingers.
I'll take it.
Now that's clever. If Sam can't collect them, at least he can hold on to them for Oscar. Good work, Sam. That's 8 rings so far for his team, but it's not over yet. As well as the ring collecting, the sea slalom is a mighty test of endurance. They must be exhausted holding on in conditions like this. It's been ages since they picked up a ring. Even Oscar seems to have lost the ability too. Time's running out now for Oscar and Sam. This is their last chance to back another ring. It's 8 for Oscar and Sam. It's good, but will it be enough?
Woo! A lot of good hoop action there from the boys. Let's have another look.
The speed might be high, but Oscar and Sam got off to a slow start. Sam was first for the rings, but ultimately it was Oscar who scored the big points. They collected 8 rings between them, and importantly, they managed to hold on to them, even in those choppy waters. So it remained 8 for Oscar and Sam.
Right, the competition has had their go, but now you're up. Are you ready?
Ready.
Right, Joe and James have got 8 to beat. Let's see how they do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go away!
Now what can these two show us? Joe's really on the edge there. Let's hope he can keep holding on.
That's yours, right? The crane out, come on! That's yours! I've got it!
Joe's not letting James collect the rings, but if they're going to succeed, they have to work as a team.
Hey, come on!
Getting angry is not going to help. Time's ticking on, and Joe and James still haven't got a single ring. At last, they're off the mark. Joe might be doing all the shouting, but it's James who scores first, and that's 2 rings. They've let one of the rings slip free. This could be bad, and there it goes, back to 1. You can see it just slide off the back of the boat. They should have copied Oscar and Sam and clamped onto their rings. They might be sliding around, but these are serious testing conditions.
Come on.
They really need to collect these rings. Disaster.
Joe's fallen off.
Joe's fallen.
That's gonna be absolutely freezing. He'll be okay, but they've wasted precious time.
It's hilarious falling off.
It's not looking good for Joe and James. By this point, Oscar had already collected 5 rings. Good start. They're up to 3. Let's hope they can hold on to them this time. The guys are coping really well in these great speeds, but their efforts aren't being reflected in the scoreline. They're having problems with the rings. They all seem to be just out of reach. Well, he's got one, but he's left one behind. The sea is getting rougher, and the slalom's getting faster. That's a massive wave. This is an absolute disaster for James and Joe. Too much of their weight was at the front of the boat, so when they hit the big wave, they were going down. It's time for them to raise their game. He really should have got those 2. James gathered 2 valuable rings there. This is frustrating. Just 2 more and they draw level with Oscar and Sam. But at the moment, it's miss, miss, miss. happened again. At 2 points behind the other team, they could really do without this, as it cost them too much time. James and Joe have swapped sides. Will this help them make the most of their final 30 seconds on the water? So far, they've gained 6 to Oscar and Sam's 8. Can they do enough to pull it back, or will it be one of those two leaving beach camp tonight? Well, if this pair do lose, it won't be for the want of trying. That's it. It's all over. James and Joe have got 6. It's good, but it's not enough. Let's take a look at how James and Joe got on with the sea slalom. It looked like they were going to cope well with the high speeds and the big waves. But again and again, they tumbled into the water. They might have done better if only they could have stayed on the boat. Yet they never gave up and still managed to get a creditable 6 rings. The teams have no idea who's won and who's lost. So who's leaving beach camp today?
Right, in you come, boys. Come on, in you come.
Oh, they're soaking wet.
Well done. Well done. A little bit cold, are we? All right. Now, you've both done the challenge. It's time to find out who won and who didn't. Now, one team managed to get themselves 8 rings, and one team managed to get themselves 6 rings. So the winners, and definitely going back to beach camp tonight, are Sam and Oscar. Well done, boys. Right, come on, let's go back to beach camp now. Come with me, boys.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Oh dear. We know what this means. Come on, I'm going to be as nice as possible and put my arms around you, even though you're soaking wet. One of you will not return to beach camp tonight. Find out who it is next time on Escape from Scorpion Island. Come here.
Next time. Who will Hayley and Barbara pick to join them in the secret camp?
Go for it.
Will it be James or Joe?
Found those rings!
And we reveal tomorrow's Island Challenge. Join us right now on CBBC for more behind-the-scenes action from the camp.
And can you solve the riddle of the scorpion? Just go to bbc.co.uk/CBBC and click on the scorpion.